It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on SABC3. Time for us to talk relationships. Now, he or she is the love of your life, but since they lost their job, living with them is proving to be a little different, or rather difficult. How do you cope with an unemployed partner? With us to discuss this relationship issue is our expert, Charissa Bloomberg, and we'll also be taking your calls on 0839133728. So if you have a call, you might just want to, or rather a question, you might just want to give us a call. But before we chat to Charissa, let's head to the streets and see what other people have to say about this issue.
Well, obviously, if you're the only person bringing in the income, it gets a bit strenuous on you, but otherwise you just got to help them to get themselves a job.
See, now it's awkward. Now it's awkward because I'm unemployed, so I don't know. You're gonna have to ask. You're gonna have to ask the missus then.
It is very difficult. It will put a lot of strain on the one partner, and on the other one it will drain you, like physically it will drain you. So both need to work.
There are challenges being with an unemployed partner. I mean, there's self-esteem issues that could start creeping up. I mean, spending a lot of time not having anything to do or not being employed can affect that.
I've never had to do that, but I would imagine it's fairly difficult, because if you've got a lifestyle together where all your money is accounted for and then suddenly one becomes unemployed, it must be really quite difficult.
Some really important kind of, things that people were saying with regards to being on the street with them. Charissa, I heard a lot of things about self-esteem, it changing the dynamic of the relationship. First of all, good morning. Welcome to the show. We've missed you.
Thank you so much. And I have to tell you, I'm a big fan. I just have to get that in. So this is such a moment.
Oh, man, I love having you here because I know you've got just so much insight into relationships. Let's talk about a couple that starts out, both of them have a job, and all of a sudden the one loses it. How does it change the dynamic and even the balance of the relationship?
Leanne, it changes it completely because, as I've said, there is self-esteem issues. One becomes the breadwinner, and that changes everything because they're empowered and the other person relies on them. And also the breadwinner actually has to look after the other one, motivate them, make sure they're okay, make sure they don't get depressed. And then there's all the debt that's going to come flying in, and only one salary. So
I remember you just said now the breadwinner has to make sure that the other person doesn't get depressed, doesn't feel a lack of self-esteem. Let's talk about self-esteem and the other partner who doesn't have a job, because naturally that's a big part of it, right?
Yes. So the feelings that go with it, they feel frustrated, helpless. They feel like nobody rejected, nobody wants their skills. And the longer it carries on, the worse they feel. So trust me, I've been there. It's pretty hectic, and the partner has to make them feel motivated, and people want to socially withdraw as well. You don't feel like going out. There isn't money to go out. You don't want to go out. You feel like a failure. So
is it worse for a man or a woman when it comes to losing your job in a relationship?
We don't want to generalize, Leanne, but the man is so-called the breadwinner. So I think he's supposed to take care of the wife and the family. So I would assume the impact would be very hard on that person. So yes, for the man, but everybody handles it differently. Everyone's unique in the way they cope.
Well, we are taking your calls on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, that number 0839133728. If you are dealing with a partner who's lost their job, or maybe if you are that partner who's lost their job within your relationship and you're dealing with feelings of, resentment or self-esteem, why don't you give us a call, that number 0839133728. I do want to talk about this issue of feeling resentment, because I think I've seen many times that the one partner feels resentment to the other partner who maybe had nothing to do with the fact that they lost their job.
It's because they're so close and there's such an impact on the other. So the one who is feeling empowered, feels like they're taking the strain, and the one who doesn't have the work is also like they've got to go out, they've got to rely on their partner. There's a lot of dynamics, and if you haven't planned for it and you haven't got the savings, it's going to make it worse. Really,
Okay, well, I want to talk about the strain of the finances on the relationship, because we all know that can play a massive, massive role in how we deal with a partner as well. So remember to give us a call, 0839133728. We're talking about how to deal with a partner that's unemployed, and if maybe you are unemployed and you're looking for answers, then Charissa Bloomberg is definitely here to help you with that. Time to head over to the kitchen and find out what they're making on our Feel Good Breakfast Show.